Sunshine, it's me, Timmy. So before I take a real long nap, because I feel like I might be coming on, like something might be coming, I might be coming down with something there. And I haven't had much sleep over the last few days. I've had good sleep, but just like it's kind of broken up and such. But I can really feel myself burning out today because I made some really strange mistakes that I normally wouldn't, and just kind of really showcase how burnt out my brain was and how much rest my brain really, really needs. Battery's also down to 10%, so my phone's also kind of trying to recharge too. But yeah, I'm in the process of uploading. I've made a lot of great progress today. Over the last 2 days, I've really packed my roster too full, so I'm trying to be a little bit more sensible about it, but also really like work hard and really obviously still continue to reach for as many opportunities and seize them as I can. Anyway, so to kind of simply explain it, so last 2 days I've put a lot on my schedule. Yesterday, essentially, this is how it was like. I believe I went out in the morning. I basically needed to, what was it? I had to do a few things. I had to go to Bunnings. So I went to the city first, I think, and did some stuff. I then had to go to Bunnings to pick up all the brackets and all the stuff that I needed, the light bulb. Then I went to King's Cross, and then I needed to do some editing, some printing kind of stuff. I needed to print photos. I went to print photos. I also posted the artwork that painting that I made for my good friend Eli, who's an amazing transgender artist. Go follow him. He's our R&B artist. He's called Elijah Amos. And then I had to, then I was like meant to meet my good friend who I used to live there with, who's helping me a lot still, and really, really amazing friend, Cameron, who caught up with me. We had a little picnic, which was absolutely amazing. And he did all the food while I was like busy scurrying around everything. Really kind of him to be the one to organize that. And we had a great time together. And then I went home. Then I was doing editing all the way through to sort of like 12 a.m. again. And then eventually I had to do like my Centrelink stuff. Then I had to kind of continue editing. And then eventually around, I think 2 or 3, I finally got some sleep. And then I was like, but I do have to wake up to like continue editing because that video is so long. It was like, I just finished editing, but I needed to do voiceover. Then I needed to delete some files because I had no space left. Then I needed to upload. And then I would need to work on all of my shorts, my other shorts, and my other shorts ideas. Anyway, that's how much is still backed up. Most of that's still not done, by the way. Anyway, and then today I was like, so I basically set an alarm for 2 hours, tried to take a nap and then come back and do stuff, but I ended up sleeping all the way through to 6 a.m. and then got up, did some work. Then in my mind, for some reason, I was like, I need to go to Carriage Works for the Incognito art show, which I'm actually in, and I have some artworks there. Shh, secret. I'm not really supposed to actually talk about that, but anyway, I completely messed it up, and I totally thought I was going there for some reason, even though in my brain I researched it ages ago and I knew it was the 24th, like onwards. It was like really late in June, and it's just the beginning of June. And I knew that because in the morning I was absolutely psyched and up and bouncing around because I was doing some editing, but also spending time reacting to the fact that Body to Body by Sam Tompkins is out. That's his second release from his album coming up, his second single from his album, and after Beauty Queen, both amazing songs. Go listen to it. Like seriously, this song even better. Like I love the intro. It really just helps demonstrate exactly how freaking amazing his voice is. As you can see, that really jazzed me up. Like so, that really, I think, gave me a lot of energy, but at the same time kind of burned through a lot of my energy too, because I was already kind of running low on stuff. And I had caffeine, had some breakfast, I had some sugar. And then I hydrated myself, then I rested it for a little bit, and then I was like, all right, I need to go. Went to Carriage Works. It took me long enough all the way to a Carriage Works, walking into the venue, walking around, then suddenly realizing, what the hell am I doing here? So, all right, pivot. So on the way to going to print my lanyard, which I've finished designing. So I wanted to do a lanyard, as you know, from the Food and Hospitality Week. It's inspired by that. I'm designing a brand new QR code sort of like set up for my Instagram and my YouTube channel on my lanyard to carry to more events and just like things that I go to, so people can kind of start a conversation with me and such. And it's got like a better sort of spiel for like I guess like the pitch for what this podcast is about. Anyway, so on the way there, I basically had a phone call in response to an email. I emailed this clinic, and it's about like safe drug use and such. Anyway, so I contacted this because I know they do a tour and it's got like a really good thing going for them, and it'll be a lot of good knowledge for people. And I think it's really important to spread this kind of awareness. So that was one topic I really want to secure a podcast about. And the guy who was a manager for, I think, like the social media and just multimedia stuff, incredible guy, lovely guy, really friendly, gave me a call, left me a message, and I called him back. And we had a good chat, and he sent me a link to kind of where to like book it in. And then he told me that he'll try and be there as well on the day. Turned out it was super popular. There's not that many of the tours, but it was already sold out for all of June, and it's free. And so if you're interested, you can book your own if you want to go and talk to people and kind of get your experience and just kind of know, even if you're like never used it before, like opioids and such, and you're just kind of like, I'm kind of on the fence and thinking about doing it. I think it's an absolutely amazing experience if you go there, and they'll be able to really probably help you feel discouraged from using it because you know how much influence it would have on you. I look so ugly for some reason. Anyway, I look worn now. I'm tired. I am like white as a piece of paper. Anyway, so I did that, and I went to Redfern Station, and if for some reason I think I was on autopilot because I print most of my stuff in King's Cross Library, and then I realized that, dang, I'm trying to print and laminate today, so it's a different story. I was meant to go to Officeworks, so then I got off at King's Cross Station, and the moment I stepped out, that's when I suddenly remembered, what am I doing here? Walked back across to the other side of the platform, got the train back to Pitt Street, and it didn't end there. The luck was weird, so I went there, and I had to go up to this section to get the stuff done because I asked the staff where can I get it laminated, and then entered the email, gave us a QR code. The guy didn't like the scan for some reason, and then just kind of pretty much told me to send it to another email address, but then kept flashing away from us so quickly that I just couldn't, and my poor bad memory and the state of my mind, I just could not remember the full address properly, and I like typed it in wrong once, and I typed in one letter wrong, and then I typed in too much of something and too little of something. All in all, I think I sent like 5 or 6 emails, and then in the end he gave up and like was pretty much going, and he like gave it to another staff, and at that point I was like, give me I'm just going to take a bet and go back to the original address and send it there because it's actually printed everywhere, so I can actually follow that. And he was totally fine and did it really quickly. So I don't know what the other guy's deal was, but I did hear in the background that when they're talking that apparently somebody had really effed with their roster that day, and it was pretty busy. The line became so long so quickly. When I was there, I was the third person, and there wasn't anyone behind me, but there was a long wait. Anyway, I'm starting to kind of go machine gun style and ramble. You can really tell my energy is there. It's like, you know, when you try to like study past 1 p.m., 1 a.m., and then you're just like, you either go past this like state of everything's funny, then you go into this state where you're just like autopiloting, but also like abnormally like hyper. That's where I'm kind of at, but I need to sleep because I know I can tell my eyes are falling asleep and I'm not feeling great. Like I'm starting to feel like something is actually going to come on, but I'm going to try to hydrate myself well before I go to bed as well because my lips feel chapped too. I did have very good lunch. It was really great Thai food in Mrs. Chan's, I think. You can find them by going through a really good pub, like good price pub, called Charlie Chan's in Sydney Town Hall towards like Haymarket area on that strip. Anyway, it was good. What else was I going to say? Yeah, so I had like 2 more things I was supposed to go to tonight. I was going to try to push to go to a pub that I've never been to, or a club, to meet a friend that I've been speaking to for a long time online. And also just, you know, he was offering me to like buy me drinks, and I wanted to like go and try and test out the lanyard after printing it today, and also just kind of make some more connections, and also see if I can meet someone special. And also my good friend Anthony was like thinking he was going to come too, but then he also had like a games night for gay people run by Akon. never been, and he been trying to push me to go, and I was really considering going, especially to kind of chat to him about some stuff. And then I told him pretty early on, I just said, oh, I don't think I can do it. Like I want to go there and at least make some connections, but I just I am fizzling out so quickly that I don't think I can even make it to 4 p.m., let alone 7 p.m., and then go to like the club afterwards. So those two things, you know, they were offered to me, and also like something I didn't have to book for. So I'm going to push them to like a more sensible time so I can actually enjoy it. Because about these events, I want to be present in them and I want to enjoy them, as long as also like trying to be professional and produce really good quality stuff for them. But anyway, that's that. I still got like painting to do. Today's mission isn't over. I do still have one more. I need to write to a lovely lady who is going to be featured on my channel for interview. She's kindly agreed to doing this. She's a very, very courageous person. She has a very bad experience with men, and she is spreading awareness by sharing her story. And it's incredibly like difficult for her. It's giving her so much trauma and bringing back so much of trauma, and just so many other things that I just can't express. And, you know, she was so gracious and so quick to take up on the offer. I think it's absolutely incredible, and I really want to get to know her story better, and I want more people to like hear about it. And I want to make sure, by the way, I'm going to mention this first, when it does launch, when we do finally record it, please, people, be nice to her. Please, people, do not comment if you don't have anything good to share. And by the way, if you do, and if you're a man, especially if you're a man, insensitive and doing something like this on a video like this and being like, I'm going to be a troll, or I'm going to be an idiot and say something funny. No, you're going to be blocked, you're going to be reported, and you're going to be exposed. And if I don't know who you are, the internet will do the job for me. I will make sure something happens, because it's absolutely unacceptable. Men as a group now need to start accepting responsibilities. If I'm a gay guy who can kind of start owning up for you guys, I think you guys need to step up your game. Okay, girls are having a tough. Like, I hear all this story and I'm like, I should whine less. Like, I feel like life is hard, but they are living on a different planet altogether. A complete different universe, honestly. Walking the same land, different parallel life completely. Yeah, anyway, so I'm fizzling out, obviously, so let me recharge and then we'll get back to you, and I hope to share some good videos with you. All right. Thank you for listening to me ramble. I needed to share that. I needed to vent a little bit. And thank you again for everyone new who has joined me. I had a huge amount of subscribers join in last month. Thank you so much. You mean a lot to me. You guys are like the reason that this channel is where it is at. And I'm really excited to bring new stuff for you and to help you grow, connect, and learn. And hopefully everyone becomes good friends with each other. All right. Stay sunny and take care of yourself. Bye. The sunshine and enjoy your day.